Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Thursday lunchtime, and as I mentioned in my last video, I thought I might read you this little story that's called Tony's Hard Work Day. It's because in one of Shannon's videos from Love Me Some Reborn Babies, she mentioned about a book and her favourite author, and that we could read a book to some children or a child. So I thought, rather than read to a child, which I read this book 1,000 times to many children, I might read it to you guys. It's my youngest son's favourite book, and I love it too. It's not one of my most favourites of all time, but it's sort of getting up there, and I just felt like reading this one to you. So I'm using this special stand thing, but I have a feeling I'm going to have technical difficulties, so you'll have to bear with me if that happens. Also, you can probably hear tick, tick, tick in the background, which for a change isn't my camera, it's my cuckoo clock. I've got the cuckoo turned off, so it's not going to go off, but we're just going to hear the ticking. I hope that's okay with you guys. So let's get started. Here we go. This is called Tony's Hard Work Day, and it's by Alan Arkin with pictures by James Stevenson. So that's the cover. It's a very battered book, and it's a soft cover. And here we go. Now here go the technical difficulties. There we go. There's the opening page, and this is where it starts. This one says, for Adam, Matthew and Tony when they were 3 years old. And there's a picture of an axe, a kind of a very rough axe, which gives you a bit of a clue to what's going to happen. So let's get started. I suppose I should say, are you sitting comfortably? Good, then let's begin. Here we go. One time, Tony's mother and father bought a house in the country. It was a small house and very broken, but Tony's father liked it because there was green grass everywhere and sweet water and good air that you could breathe all day long. Smell the air, Tony's father would say, and everyone would stop what they were doing and breathe in and out. There was a lot of work to do in the country. Let me just move it down a bit. There we go. A lot of work to do in the country. Painting work and cleaning work and hanging up curtains and taking down spider webs and hammering and nailing and lots of things like that. Let me help, Tony would say to his father. Let me hammer. Oh no, you are too small, Tony's father would answer. You would hit yourself with a hammer and then you would cry, and we would all have to stop working and hold you for a little while, and so it's not a good idea. Let me help, Tony said to his mother, who was sewing curtains. Not right now, said Tony's mother, because I'm making tiny, tiny stitches with my needle, and your hands aren't clever enough to do such small work, and you would prick yourself and a little blood would come, and you hate blood, and then you would cry, and we would all have to stop working and rock you and sing to you, so that's not a good idea. Let me help, Tony said to his big brother Matthew, who was painting his room with a big brush. No, said Matthew, you don't know how to paint, and you'll make a mess on the floor, and then I will get angry and yell at you, and you will cry and run off to Mummy, and she will ask you, what's wrong? And you will tell her that I was mean to you, and she will tell Daddy, and he will yell at me, so that's not a good idea. Oh, let me help, Tony said to his other big brother Adam, who was chopping wood. No, said Adam, this axe is very heavy and you won't be able to lift it very high, and it will drop fast and fall on your foot, and you will yell and jump around for 10 minutes, so that's not a good idea. But what will be a good idea for me? Tony asked his brother. A good idea is for you to go and play somewhere where you don't bother anybody, said Adam. Okay, said Tony. Let me move this again. Okay, said Tony, and he took a walk to where there was a big hill. I will build my own house, he said. So Tony dug a big hole in the ground. Then he filled up the hole with pebbles and stones and smoothed it down carefully until it was flat. That will be my floor, said Tony. Then Tony made an axe out of a sharp stone and a stick. I will chop down some trees for the walls of my house, he said. And he chopped down 100 trees and cut the top so that they turned into logs. Then he cut little pieces from the ends so that they would fit together, and he rolled them over to the stone floor. Then he put one log on top of another to make the walls of his house. But pretty soon the walls were so high that he couldn't reach the top, so he went home to get a ladder. Now I can reach the top, he said. Tony finished putting up the walls of his house, and then he cut down 100 more trees to make the roof. He put one tree right next to another on top of the house, and when that was done he went into the woods and got some creepers. He pulled the leaves from the creepers until he had a long rope, and then he tied all the trees on the roof together. Then he made some mud with water and dirt and smeared it all over the roof so that the rain wouldn't get in. Clever little Tony, hey? Then he chopped big square holes in the walls with his axe. Those will be my windows, said Tony. When he was done with the windows, he went home for lunch. He was very hungry from all that work, so he ate 5 sandwiches and drank 7 glasses of milk. What have you been doing all morning? Said Tony's father. Playing a game on the hill, said Tony, and he went back to work. He got 1,000 stones and piled them on top of each other inside the house, and when he came to the ceiling he cut a hole so a chimney could go through. Wow. This will be my fireplace, said Tony. Then he put mud between all the stones so the fireplace would stay up forever. Then he got some of the tall grass that grew in the meadow, and he wove a big rug for his house so his feet would be warm when his shoes were off. Then he took a nap because he was tired out from all his hard work. When he woke up, the whole family was standing over him. We couldn't find you anywhere, said his mother. I was sleeping, said Tony. Who made this beautiful house? Asked Tony's father. I did, said Tony, and it was very hard work. It took me the whole day. Wow, it looks like a good place to live, said Adam. Can we stay in this house with you? Asked Matthew. Oh, sure, said Tony. So they moved all the beds and dishes into the house that Tony built, and they were so happy there that they stayed in the country forever, and whenever there was any work to do they would say to Tony, "Can I help?" Excuse me, I always get a bit upset at this bit, and Tony would always say, "Yes." I think that's a really cute story. Always makes me sad on the last page. I should have warned you, but I thought I might be able to carry it off without getting upset. So that's the end of the story, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed that, and you can see why my little son enjoyed it so much, because he was the baby in the family with 2 big sisters, a big brother and a mum and a dad. He was the little one. He's still the little one, but he's 6'3", so it's not quite the same anymore. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back in a day or two with something else exciting. So thank you so much for watching, and please stay well everyone, and be kind to each other. Bye bye.